This is hands down one of the best episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders. Just, there is no denying the greatness from this episode. Like, when I was watching this episode, I was laughing so hard. When you have the entire scenes with Joseph, when he's like, oh my god! You know you're having a good episode, dude. When you see that, you know the episode's gonna be good. We saw it like 3 or 4 times this episode, and I love that. I love Joseph so much. He's my favorite JoJo. He really is. He has quickly become one of my favorite JoJos through the journey of Stardust Crusaders because of his lines. His lines are just so priceless. I mean, the way he acted in this episode when he was getting drugged down the escalator, like, he was about to get beheaded, and his, legs were about to come off and stuff because he was getting dragged into the elevator because of the chains, like the metal chains, holding him down from the stand user. And as he's, getting dragged down, you have it to where Avadil, turns off the emergency power, and you see freaking Joseph, like, screaming and whining for, like, another 30 to 40 seconds after it was already shut off. And I'm looking at this laughing because he's like, save me, I'm gonna die, my heart's coming off. I'm like, oh my god. And, like, the way he tries to play it smoothly after that scene, like, he looks at Avadil and he's like, who are you? Like, he acts like he doesn't even know him. He's like, oh, this was an inspection and stuff like that. Like, oh my god, Joseph is just too freaking funny. Like, his lines, his voice actor, he always nails it when it comes to this series. He makes episodes. And when we have a Joseph-related episode or centered episode, we know it's going to be good. So, getting into the details. So this episode, once again, introduces a new stand user, and this stand user, I think the name is Bizet, or Bizet, or whatever it's called. I'm probably saying the name wrong, so I'm sorry if I do that, but the new stand user pretty much can make people magnets. He can turn objects or people into magnets. Now, it seems like this stand can actually be used on multiple people. It can actually work on just more than one person, because we see Avadil and we also see Joseph, affected by the stand user's magnet type ability. So, this is a very broken ability. Once again, another stand user that's very, very broken, because I mean, I'm curious about something. If this girl, okay, if she could turn anyone into magnets, and like she turned Joseph and, turned Avadil into a magnet, is it possible she can just leave them? Like, I mean, she turns into a magnet and just runs off and goes halfway around the world and just leaves? I mean, does she have to be in the vicinity of Joseph or anyone else that's affected by her magnet power to be able to have the stand, effects work on them? Because if she could just, affect them, make them a magnet, like turn them into a magnet and just walk away, I mean, that's what I would do if I was her. I mean, I would just leave. I would go like, 100 miles away after I turn them into a magnet and let them get crushed slowly, because if the power slowly builds up over time, that's going to be a major issue. Eventually, you will get killed by it because you'll be stuck to where you can't move, or a car might eventually get drawn towards you, something like that. So, I mean, I wonder how her ability fully works. Like, does she have to be in a certain range to have this stand ability type work? But overall, regardless of that, the episode, it had so many different comedy moments that was just really funny. Like the Polonarf comedy moment, like when you see Avadil's like, Polonarf is usually the one that has the bathroom disasters. I'm like, yo, taking shots at Polonarf, dude, making fun of his bathroom disasters. Or the female characters getting, like, their skirts lifted in this episode. Like, that old lady, oh, dude. That old lady gets her skirt lifted. And then you see it to where Joseph's like, oh my god. I can never get enough of that, man. I really can't. When you just see him freaking out and all that, the face of that old lady was just perfect. Like, especially in the bathroom, the way she acted. But this episode of JoJo, man, very good. It progressed the plot once again, introduces a new stand user. We get to see, this new stand user, introduced along with Joseph actually having his own episode in this part 2 of Stardust Crusaders. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.